What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, helping you take your game to the next level. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you one of the best money plays in Madden 18. Now, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you want to improve your Madden game, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad and never miss an upload. So what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? So, like I said, we're going to be going over one of the better money plays in Madden 18, and it's a play that's gone overlooked. It's something that some of the pro players are using. It's a play that Skimbo kind of really brought to the forefront this year, and there's different ways to run it, but I'll show you how I like to run it. And it is in the bunch formation, the ever so powerful bunch formation, and it is the play Y curl. Now, this is a very, very tough money play, but it's a really good complement play. Obviously, you have a lot of the overpowered bunch plays like PA post and corner strike and bunch trail and things like that. But what Y curl does for you is it gives you a play that the average opponent online does not expect, but it also attacks one of the most popular defenses in the game very well, which is Tampa 2. This is a play that I pull out if because you have previous play in the game, so you can see if your opponent's calling cover 2 time and time again. This is a play I will pull out to get them out of that cover 2. Now, there's multiple ways that we can, kind of glitch out Tampa 2 and get some guys open, but this is one of the better plays because of this X route that Michael Thomas is on. Now, it also does very well against pretty much all defensive shells except for like man coverage. Pretty much any type of zone coverage you can usually fit this ball in, but it's definitely more recommended to pull this out on someone that's running a lot of cover 2. So how I like to run this is, first I take my Y running back, I put him on a curl, and the reason I do this is because that's going to make any yellow zones that are over the middle of the field, like any hook curls, it's going to make them have to kind of sit down and respect him, and that's going to open up Michael Thomas even more and give you a nice pocket to be able to throw the ball into. Now I'm going to take the RB tight end and I'm going to streak him, and the main reason we're going to streak him is because when you go up against a Tampa 2 where somebody likes to drop the middle linebacker back in a deep blue, by streaking that tight end, you are forcing that deep blue to go respect the tight end. That deep blue is going to drift over to the streak tight end, whereas if you didn't put him on that streak, that deep blue would have a chance to guard Michael Thomas. But this way we're making sure that we can isolate that zone and take him completely out of the play. Now, the last two things I'm going to do is put A on a drag and then put B on a slant, and we're going to motion snap B. So what the drag and the slant basically do is give us other options in case our opponent goes and sits on the X route. Then we'll have a drag coming underneath to the other side, and then a slant coming over top of it. So we know no matter what, we'll still have a high-low read on the left side of the field if our opponent sits on the X route. And also, depending on which zone he uses to defend the X route, that could also open up Mark Ingram on the little curl. So this is what we like to do. We like to motion snap him like this. And you see right when Thomas gets about right here, you want to pass lead it inside and you want to hold possession catch. Very crucial that you hold possession catch, because if you don't, there's a very high probability that they will drop the ball, and you obviously do not want that. So we're going to show it again. And again, this is with the middle linebacker back in the deep blue. People are still always asking me, different ways to beat this coverage, because it is a tough coverage to beat. But you can see this, and Calais Campbell just shed it immediately there, which Calais Campbell is a monster in this game for sure, man. He's got like one of the best finesse moves in the game, so he's going to do that from time to time. But let's run it again so that I could show you once more. As soon as Michael Thomas kind of clears that line, man, Calais Campbell, that's just one thing I don't like about practice mode still. It's just like, man, sometimes you literally just can't block some of these defensive ends in practice mode. Anyway, I'll run it one more time. As soon as X clears those linebackers, you want to pass lead it inside, you want to hold possession catch. You'll see tight window, but it's going to work every time. And the further back you are, it works even a little bit better because you have a little bit more room to work with. It tends to have a little bit more of an open hole. So now let's say what I'm going to do is I'm going to man up this guy on X just because I want to simulate. Because if someone's usering, it's usually going to be this linebacker right here after they drop this linebacker in the deep blue. So we're going to just simulate, okay, he's going over there to user Michael Thomas, so that I could show you that, yeah, you have the drag, you have the slant on the other side, but if you have that guy, if the guy's taking away the hook curl to go user, you can dump it down to the running back too, and that's an easy 10+ yards right there as well. So just want to show you kind of different dynamics of the play. Now, let's just say they're kind of like using both, and they're kind of like trying to bait you or whatever, and you just don't feel safe about the throw. Maybe for whatever reason you don't like the look and you just don't feel safe about throwing the ball there. Well, that's why you have these routes coming over here. You have the drag, and what's really good is because of the routes we have on the field, I'm actually go to the replay really quickly here to show you this. Because of these routes we have on the field, this vertical route here, it's going to stretch this cloud flat back too. You see how Bouye is getting stretched back, so once Brandon Coleman comes running underneath, there's a lot of room for him to work with that drag. And especially if you have a wide receiver there that has really good juke or spin moves, you're in the open field one-on-one, you know how easy it is to make guys miss this year. But also, let's go look at like a cover 3. So most times when people run cover 3 or cover 4 this year, typically they run the underneath coverage version because it's better to run it that way, and that really opens up Michael Thomas as well. You're going to see you kind of have a little bit of a pocket right up, and I threw that way too early. That was my own fault. Let's run that one more time. I threw that extremely too early there, but you're going to have a pocket to throw it, but it's going to be a different throw. You're going to have to kind of pass lead it more to the left because you want to get it out of the way of some of these guys. So you see like right here we pass lead it to the left and then we possession catch it. It's a little bit different because the way the zone's set up. So even against a cover 3 or cover 4, you can fit that in. You just have to throw it a tad bit later, but not anything too crazy. But again, we can also show, let's just say for instance, if the blocking holds up because we are in practice mode. Let's just say they were using that. Okay, you got A covered. You see B is running open wide in the back, but again, Calais Campbell isn't going to be blocked in practice mode. They're not going to give us the time, but we'll go look here and see. So they're playing underneath cover 3. Let's just assume they were using Michael Thomas. You see that on this back end here, we have this slant coming wide open right here. So the way we set the routes up on this play, we're setting ourselves up for success. But again, even if you're in a cover 3, one of these hook zones, you have the user is going to have to take them to go user X. So again, we can simulate that, and that's why I love putting the running back on a curl with this play, because if you have to vacate that area with the user, well, actually that other hook curl is going to sit down on it, but you see the slant opens up, and then again you pull a juke move and you're in the end zone. The way the routes develop on this play, you're always going to have something to hit. It's just you have to make the right read. It's a little bit, I would say a little bit more of an advanced play in terms of setup. Now here we're going to run a cover 3 cloud flat, and you'll see. So let's just say they were using the Michael Thomas route again. Well, again, you have this coming underneath here, and you could throw that for about 4 to 5 yards as well. So the way the route's set up, they can't really guard everything, and the curl and the Michael Thomas route are going to play really well off each other. It's going to really make the user have to choose one or the other, and in worst case scenario, you have a drag and a slant going to the other side, and it's just a simple high-low read at that point. So this is in the Saints playbook. That's what I'm working out of right now. It definitely is in some other bunch playbooks, but I don't know which other ones it's in offhand. But I've kind of been messing around with the Saints playbook, and the Saints do not have a very good gun bunch. They only have like 2 or 3 good plays in it max. They don't have PA post. They don't have corner strike. So it's not one of the better gun bunches. So it's made me have to go to this play more often because I kind of have to work with what I have. And the more I've used this play, the more I realize that it is good against all defenses, but it's definitely the go-to play against cover 2, and people run a lot of cover 2 this year, so it's definitely something you want in your offense if you can have it. So as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.